Make change visible. It's so useful to get change outside of our heads. As you've probably noticed, thinking about stuff isn't really that useful. If you've ever tried to solve a math equation in your head, you'll know what difference it makes when we can write it down on a piece of paper. And also, what I find quite funny is when we'll see someone on the street talking to themselves, we're very quick to label them as crazy when often we're doing the exact same thing but up inside of our heads. We'll be having imaginary conversations with people. We'll be going over 10 different scenarios, trying to fix the past, trying to control the future, planning for the future, and we'll see that as useful and necessary instead of crazy. Any person, so even someone with great mental health, is very bad at making changes. And then if you add to that the severe levels of anxiety, intrusive thoughts, feeling like you don't deserve to get better, feeling like you'll cause the end of the world, you can see that it gets even more difficult. So make change as easy as possible and get it outside of your head. That's why I find it kind of strange that often in therapy, the therapist will just tell someone, do this, this, and this, come back next week and we'll see how you did. Implementing these changes is also a skill we need to develop, and that'll involve getting things outside of your head, improving your mental health, living life according to your values, recovering. That's all very possible. It's possible through your actions, and that'll involve making big changes. So don't think about what you're going to do, write it down somewhere. You can use sticky notes, a whiteboard, whatever it may be, but write it down somewhere you'll see it. Because when we're caught up doing compulsions, it'll often be very hard to think straight and to remember what we actually wanted to do. Let's come back to an example I used in the second video on values. Let's say instead of grabbing our phones first thing in the morning, we want to go outside for a walk. A very simple thing you could then do is grab a sticky note, put it on your phone, and write something on it like go outside. First thing in the morning, you look at your phone. It might be quite automatic to grab it. You'll see the sticky note and you remember, let's go for a walk. So get change outside of your head. When looking at the week ahead, write down which actions are you going to practice? Which challenges might you encounter? How can you support yourself in making these changes? And then make it visible. I personally use a whiteboard, but you can use sticky notes, a calendar, whatever you like, but get it outside of your head because the answers are never up here. Just like thinking about your mental health isn't gonna change anything, just watching a video about it isn't either. Your actions will. So write this stuff down and start practicing.